Hey everyone, Sarah here. So I am here to talk to you about my February project, which is all about money. Now, what am I doing? So if you guys have been following along in my continuous improvement project, my February is dedicated to understanding my money situation or my financial picture. And really what my goal is for February is to do a deep dive on my 2021 spending. So I'm going to be getting into this, which is like a really deep dive, which is all about creating a project around doing a deep dive into my spending for 2021 and the actionable steps I'm taking. So I'm breaking down that project into actionable steps and I'm sharing it with you. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I really want to understand where my money went in 2021 so I can set realistic goals for 2022 around my budget. So if you guys don't know me, I'm Sarah, PlantheGrind, and we're all about like taking lean concepts and putting them into functional planning and using those lean concepts and incorporating them into functional planning. So in this video, stay tuned, you're going to see me taking my project around my deep dive and what I'm doing, and then I'm going to put it in actionable steps in kind of that project plan. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know in the comments if you think this is a worthwhile endeavor and if you're going to do it, because I am really excited about this. So there'll be a second video to this where I kind of show you what I came up with from my action plan, but this is really around the actual action plan that I'm going to be taking. So let's hop into it. Bye. All right, so I always like to start off with a project plan or project scope for my things that I work on, because it just helps me bookend things, like the start and the end. What am I going to accomplish this year, and be happy with that, and then focus next year on continuing to make progress. So last year I put a budget together. I put a whole like budget thing together, budget planner, and it's not working for me. I just don't have the monthly, I just don't want to do it. However, when I did do 2021's budget, I set up a ton of things on autopilot. I paid my bills as much as possible on auto bill pay. I also set up like automatic transfers on certain paydays. So I really put things in place to pay myself first. So I actually made a lot of progress towards my money goals last year, and I'm really happy with that. So this year I'm adding to it. So I'm building upon the progress I made last year, and I am taking it a step further basically. So 2021 is done, made some progress, happy with it, fell short in a couple areas. Oh well, moving on, what's 2022 about, right? So my goal for 2022 is to do my deep dive, and really the goal is to review my 2021 spend, review my 2021 spend to understand how I spent money and create a 2022 budget for 2022 with financial goals. I don't know what those goals are yet because I haven't fully done my deep dive yet, and I don't know what's available, what do I have, like how do I want to make progress. So I'm still working on setting the financial goals, but this is how I'm going to identify realistic goals. All right, so I'm just putting some rough timelines in here. I want to get all of this deep dive done by the end of February, and then I want to monitor my budget all the way through December. Actually, you know what? It's really January, because I'm not going to review this how I did overall on a yearly basis until February next year. So it's actually February. So anyway, this is the process that I'm going to go through here. So I'm going to define my goals, which is this, review my 2021 spend. Then I want to analyze my spend. So these are just like the high level milestones. And then I want to set goals for 2022, and I want to create a money routine, whether it's twice a month, 3 times a month. I don't know what that looks like yet until I figure out what I want to do, and then monitor it with money dates. So last year I read The Art of Money, and I really think you guys should read that because it's really helpful to understand like money psychology. And she calls them money dates. So I'm going to incorporate money dates for the rest of the year. So just high level things I knew I needed to do is create a list of accounts, These are my different accounts that I have. I have a couple savings accounts depending, like my 6-month emergency fund, that kind of stuff. I want to list out all my bills and then list out all my sinking funds as well. So that was some high level things that I just kind of had in my head, and I just broke them down. So I'm not really doing a timeline for this project because I think this is just go do, get it done, right? So I created an action plan around what I'm going to focus on. So you'll see for defined goals, these are the couple steps that I want to do. And this is not like all in. As I'm going through it, I might add more to this, or I might not do some of these. But if I'm sitting here conceptually thinking about this kind of process that I want to go through over here, then at a high level, like a conceptual level, these are some of the tasks that I want to do. When I'm doing these, it's more than likely that I will add tasks to each of these different stages. And again, this is just my approach to doing a deep dive on my budget. So define goals, create a project. I'm creating a project and create a high-level plan. Here's my high-level plan. Then analyzing spend. So I really want my budget to be in Excel this year. I'm really trying to get better at Excel. I like Excel. I want to use Excel. But the reason why I'm going to Excel is because I was looking at all my accounts and they export to a CSV file. And I am thinking I am going to leverage macros to make my monthly money dates faster, to do like my forecast. I mean, my actual to forecast. I don't know. That's like conceptually what I'm thinking. But a macro basically is automation. So I can write some formulas in this macro, click a button, it'll be done, and it'll update my spreadsheet. That's what like the Uber goal is. I don't know if I'm going to get there, but that's where my head is at. So anyway, define goals, analyze spend. So I want to export all my statements. I want to categorize my spend by category, like internet, electricity, television. Like I'm going granular, like, because I know I have a ton of subscriptions. So categorize my spend, takeout, food shopping, gas, maintenance on my car, like those kind of things. And then I want to analyze it by category. So for the entire year of 2021, how did I do with takeout? I know that this is a problem for me. Like, I have to do better. That's why I'm focusing so much on cooking. There you go, guys. That's why my KPI that I'm measuring every month is around how many times I cook dinner. Because if I cook dinner, I don't order takeout, and therefore I save money. See how it comes together? Oh, I'm so happy. Anyway, let's just execute that, Sarah, before you get too happy. So anyway, I know that that's something I want to focus on. And then I want to compare towards my 2021 budget. Now, again, I didn't do a great job managing my budget, but I set stuff up on auto pay. So I know that like there's stuff that like the variable expenses, such as takeout, that is something that I know that I could do better on. So I want to see how I think I did to what I planned for last year. Then I want to look at all that analyzation. Is that even a word? And I want to set some real goals around it. So at first I want to understand what my yearly cash flow is. I want to identify all my fixed expenses. So I think I'll use some of these boxes here, like do fixed expenses, sinking funds, variable expenses, and kind of list them out. And I want to understand, so identify all of them. So I have a comprehensive list in my budget. And then I want to create that, like put it into a spreadsheet and then input all of this into a spreadsheet. So what was last year's spend in those categories? What's the expected spend in this year's categories? And then on a monthly basis, how I'm trending to that. So it's almost like a forecast, but we'll see. And then, so this is in my head. This is what I'm going to do. This is the plan. Let's see how I do with it though, right? Creating money routine. So this is something that conceptually, I know I might have to run some reports. I know might have to categorize spending. That's really where I want to leverage macros on. And I think I'll be successful because I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. And then update my budget sheet. So I have like the year in review basically. And then monitor. So add a monthly review. So probably in my monthly review where I'm setting up my new month and I look at last month, I'm going to see how I'm doing to what I hoped to be accomplishing. So I want to incorporate that. And that's going to be that monitoring stage throughout the end of the year. What else? So this is really the approach that I'm gonna take on my budget deep dive. And again, this is like a lot of work, but it's a upfront work, and then it should be easy to maintain going forward. So this is how I'm building my system that is going to drive my behavior for the rest of the year. So I'm trying to build a system that's really simple. So that's where I'm trying to get the macros in play. That's the uber state of what I want to do. I know that there's going to be months as I'm building it out that I have to do it manually, so I hope I get it done. But I'm going to take some time and I'm going to figure all this out, and I'm going to get some coffee and some tea and maybe some wine, and I'm going to put Netflix on, and I'm going to take the time to do all these tasks as Sarah time. So how does that tie together? If you guys follow my plan with me's, like I just did this week's, and you guys know I have like 56 hours this week available to me of unscheduled time. So I don't have an excuse to not do this, Sarah. So I'm holding myself accountable. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think that this is like a worthwhile endeavor to take a few hours out of your time to really dig into your 2022 and create an action plan? Let me know what you guys think on this. Intriguing, not intriguing? And then I plan to hopefully show you kind of like an overview of the spreadsheet. I'm going to take my financials out of it, but I hope to really show you the spreadsheet that I created that came out of this action plan. So I hope you guys like this video. Give me a like and a comment and let me know if you think that this would be helpful for you to do and if you're going to do it, because I think this is going to be scary fun, we'll call it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.